Welcome to Cocktails in the War Room, everybody. What's going on? I am Mistress Carrie, and welcome to episode 162 of Cocktails in the War Room. Wednesday, you're screwing me up already. It's literally the first second of the show. Welcome to my war room. I'm your host, Mistress Carrie, and this is where we meet up every Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern. Yeah, you heard me right. This is episode 162, which is insane. Hold on. I'm getting this weird echo. Do I sound okay, guys? I want to welcome everybody to the War Room, especially anybody that's new. So if you've never joined me here in the War Room before, chime in the comments. Let the War Room family know that this is your first time joining us in the War Room, and let us know where you're watching from, because, well, you never know. There's people watching from everywhere. By the way, this nugget of fur right here is my co-host. Her name is Wednesday. You can find her on Instagram. She has her own Instagram page, Wednesday the Goth Pug. And, well, right now she's attacking the toys and attacking the pillows, as she does every Tuesday night. We don't know why she does this. We don't know why she acts the way that she does. But there she goes. She's been with me all 162 episodes, so I don't think anything is going to change now. So yeah, there. You just got a glimpse of the pug hole just then, just quickly, just passing through. The ducking stingray is there. We brought in some other toys because I thought, like the purple clam, like I think it might be an oyster, but we just call it the clam. Hi, what are you doing? Do you want to say hi to everyone? Do you want to say hi to everyone and what are you doing? Huh? I know, you're bored of the show already. I know. Want to say hi to Melissa and Mark checking in. Will's here. Joe's here. Heidi's in the War Room. So is Carol and Michael and Chris. 162 congratulations, he says. Thank you very much. Keith says, what's up, fuckers? Christina's here. Karen's here. Lisa and Heidi are also here in the War Room. And is this what you want? No. You got to back up. Back up. Down. Good girl. Okay, you can have some cookie. Here you go, Zero. Wednesday's best pal, Zero, is joining us here in the War Room. So if you're new, Wednesday has play dates with her best friend, Zero, who joins us in the War Room a lot now. Hey, do you want to... Over here. Can you come over here? Thank you. Why don't you sit... See how she subtly scratches my hand? Like, ow, it hurts. It's not really subtle. She's going to open a vein. Sit down. Sit. Zero just sat too. Good girl. Okay, Zero. Good girl. There you go. Those are your cookies for that's it. I don't have any more. See, my hands are empty. They're gone. There's no more. I'm sorry. I can't bring all the cookies you want in here because then you'll just yell at me like you did that time. Remember that time? Remember? Yeah, I know. She's been very lovey this week. I don't know if it's the shorter days. I don't know if it's the Christmas tree, but she's been like extra super snuggly this week. Zero is such a well-behaved dog. Michelle, you have no idea. Like, Zero is the well-behaved dog. Mark says, what's up, Zero? Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to talk about Evanescence. Trust me. There's a lot to talk about. Mark says, I want cookies. What's up, Jeffrey? Thanks for chiming in. Burrito's here in the War Room, slowly going to the dogs. You know it. You absolutely know it. Trina, hi guys, still working. Be there in a few. No worries, Trina. We'll wait for you. David says, hi. Must be the pink sugar. Yeah, she loves my perfume. Come up and say hi to everyone. Come and say hi to everyone. What are you doing? Ooh, I was licked to the top of the nose. I don't know why she has been as lovey as she has been, but she has been super snuggly and lovey and like just wanting to sit in front of the fire, snuggle up. Like, she literally slept for 2 hours. I got to tell you guys what I've been binging The Walking Dead again. I don't know why. Remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I told you guys I started watching like every zombie movie. Well, now I'm back to binging The Walking Dead again. And I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but the other night it was super late. I couldn't sleep. So I thought I'll watch a couple episodes of The Walking Dead. That'll help me sleep. And there's Wednesday snuggled up like a baby. And I just sat there watching The Walking Dead with this dog in my arms. There was not anything that helped me sleep. It was not relaxing at all. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So is that a Tickle Me Elmo shirt? Yes, that is my good eyes, Burrito. That is my holiday sweater for this week. It's a Tickle Me Elmo sweater. It's technically not Christmas, but kind of is, because remember when everyone went insane because you couldn't find a Tickle Me Elmo anywhere? Hey, that's my... She's trying to drink my drink. We switched it up in the mug this week. It's a Moscow Mule, but it's in the mug my sister got me. I figured we'd switch it up today. Will you get down? If you push a button, I'm going to be really mad. She's like hovering over the table, over the mixing console right now. Hey, get down. She's just sitting there staring at the packages for the mail call. You can't have those yet, okay? It's not, they're not for you yet. Wednesday. I need to set up like 2 pug cams now. I think I need to set one up on this side, and then I need to set one up on this side too, because this is the side where the camera is. It's set up over here, and I always strategically place it, and then she always hops up behind me, knocking over Camo Santa. So I need to set up another pug cam. What am I doing? All screwed up tonight. Christine says, how is the ice machine and the washer dryer? Well, funny you should ask me, Christina. Let me tell you that freaking story. So last week I tell you guys that literally everything I touched was breaking, right? So I spent about 20 minutes with the hair dryer and defrosted the ice maker water hose. Let me turn the pug cam on so you guys can watch her while I'm telling you this story. So I defrost the ice machine. I get that working. So that was totally fine. The washer and dryer. So the last time we were in the war room hanging out, I told you that I had to go and buy a washer and dryer, which I did not want to do, but I went and did it anyway because I couldn't get the washer and dryer fixed because they were unfixable. So they got delivered this morning. And so here's the deal, right? So you know how your dryer has that special giant industrial scary plug for the dryer, but your washing machine can just get plugged in a regular socket. So in the laundry room, there's like a utility sink, you know, like a sink you'd have in your basement or whatever, where we clean out like mops and like dog stuff or whatever. And that has a GFI plug next to it because it's near water. So the washing machine was plugged into the GFI plug. So the guys come in, they got to finagle like delivery and how they're going to get it in. Come to find out, my new washer and dryer are 1.25 inches wider than the old ones, each one. So the washer is 1.25 inches wider. The dryer is 1.25 inches wider. So I'm like, this ought to be interesting. Thankfully, there used to be a little bit of give, and I used to like slide this folding step stool into that gap. There's no gap anymore, so I don't know where the step stool is going to live, but that's another story. So anyway, they get it in the house, they get it unpacked, they get it hooked up, whatever. They're showing me all the features. And the guy that delivered it was like, I have the same washing machine. You're going to love it. It does this. It does that. You can have there's a reservoir to put laundry detergent in that holds like 50 loads worth of detergent. So you don't have to even put detergent in there. And when it gets low, it tells you. This washing machine can Bluetooth to my phone for some reason. And things unbelievable. I figured if I was going to get a new set of appliances, I should get good ones. So then he goes to run it and blows the plug, the GFI plug that it was plugged into. So not the dryer plug, the big giant honking one, but just the GFI plug. And every time we reset it and he turned the washing machine on, it would trip the plug. I have not been able to do laundry in almost 5 weeks at home. Obviously, first world problems. I've been taking it to the laundromat and doing what I got to do. Going late night, just sitting there on my phone, plotting someone's violent death. So I'm joking with the guy and I'm like, don't worry, I'm on a first name basis with my electrician because shit happens, especially with MCHQ and everything. So I call him. He picks up, my electrician, Mike. I'm like, hey, Mike, what's up? He goes, what happened? He knows me so well, right? I explained to him what happened. I'm like, dude, I have not been able to do laundry in almost 5 weeks at home. I have these beautiful machines. The dryer works. The washing machine doesn't. I said, I think it's just the GFI. And he's like, it probably is. Those things after a while just stop working. They just trip themselves because they get old, whatever. Don't worry about it. Let me get, if that's what it is, it's only going to take a couple minutes to fix it. The guys will be over, So I'm like, just tell them to text me when they're getting close because I'm going to be recording because I'm going to be on the air. So I'll do what I can, run up, let them in, run back down. So now I'm like running around in MCHQ, out of MCHQ, trying to figure out what's going on. There was an addition built on my house. So there's different panels depending on what part of the house. So then we're trying to figure out where the breaker is for that specific part of the laundry room. It was a disaster. So anyway, they changed the GFI. They put a new one in. They go to get it to work. The GFI doesn't work at all. Come to find out it was defective from the manufacturer. They put a new one in. They finally get it to work. I've been doing laundry all night. All my clothes are clean. It's unbelievable. I'm so excited. So now I have to read the friggin' manual because this thing is smarter than I am. They don't make appliances the way that they used to, right? Like your grandmother's washing machine probably still works right now because it has 4 moving parts and it works. But it has one speed and it does what it does and that's it. This thing will make me a waffle. It's unbelievable what this thing can do. It's got steam in the dryer. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got a tumble thing. It's got a self-sanitizing thing. It's unbelievable, but it's probably going to break in 5 years because it does too much shit that it won't last. I don't know. But today I can do laundry. So I'm not complaining. I'm very excited. And that's my Christmas gift to myself. So thank you, Santa. I appreciate it because all the other things I wanted to do for Christmas and ask for Christmas, I got a washer and dryer. My husband was like, well, that was easy. I was like, thanks, dear. Also want to say what's up to the people at the post office that I was in line with today because we'll go through the mail call in a little while, but the post office is getting busy. So if you haven't shipped all your stuff out yet, I suggest you get your packages together soon because the post office is getting busy. But because the kids don't live with me, they're with their mom, I had to get the Christmas presents together and make sure that they were going to get them on time and make sure that her present was going to get there on time and all of that. So spent a little quality time at the post office in line today. So we'll go through what's in the mail call coming up. Okay. Let's see what's going on here, shall we? Carol says, my washer, oven, car, laptop, tablet, water heater, all in a month. Oh my God. I shipped the War Room cards for Christmas. I love this Christmassy time of year. Look, I love it too, but it always... here's an example, right? So I don't know how your town does the water bill. I don't have a well. I get city water and we get the water bill quarterly. Well, the biggest and most expensive water bill is the late months in the summer. And by the time the city puts the bill together, reads the meters and gets the bill out, the most expensive water bill of the year always comes the first or second week of December because it just does. So it's okay, well, I know I'm going to get screwed by this giant water bill that's coming because of the garden and whatever. And it's it always seems like something like that is going to break around the holidays. The appliance repair and sales guys must sit around and just wait for people's shit luck to catch up to them because it literally happens every year to me that something breaks and something I have to get something replaced right around the holidays every year. Michael says you have to wait in line. You cut in front of me anytime. Thank you. But I don't know who would have the balls to cut the line at the post office around the holidays, but expect to get your face cut. I would never. Plus it's funny because like, I'm not one of those people that avoids small talk in lines waiting. Like, I don't hate people enough that I can't make small talk with people about whatever. Like I was balancing all these boxes, right? And some of the stuff was orders from mistresscarrie.com. That stuff, the postage was already taken care of because it gets done by the website. But the other stuff, I wasn't sure what it was going to, like, I needed my options. I wanted to talk to the post office guys. And I also can't ship to military addresses like off the website because that's a whole other thing. You got to fill out a customs form. So I had to take my husband's package. I send him boxes all the time. And so I had to take a box to mail to my husband. So I had to wait in line. So there I am like balancing all of these boxes and like I had some Christmas cards that had stamps on them that I just wanted them to put in today. Then I had packages like the purple envelopes that come from the website stuff. And this woman's just looking at me and she's like, a lot of people on your list. And I was like, yeah, like, she's like, you can schedule a pickup. And I was like, I know, but this is military stuff and I need to fill out customs forms. And she was like, oh, who's in the military? And then I was telling her about my husband. Like, I don't mind those kinds of conversations, those, 5 minutes with a total stranger kind of thing. Maybe I don't get annoyed by it because of COVID, because for so long we were having this conversation through the comments here in the war room or whatever, but I'm a social person. I talk for a living, so I don't mind that kind of stuff. Other people, like, they just get so annoyed and they don't even want to deal, but I don't mind it. So it was not a big deal. Let's see. Last great show of the year. These guys haven't toured in 13 years. Wait, who are you guys talking about? Melissa, I'm Ryan. I'm new to the war room. Oh yeah, Ryan, you're back again. That's awesome. Thanks for coming back. David said, ask Linda how I am in line. Lester, highest water bills in the country, $700 a month for water and sewer. Wow. Are you freezing up? Marcy says, my toaster broke. How is everybody doing today? Tom says, hey. Donna says, thank you. Hi, Ryan. Shadows Fall reunion show. Yeah, that's Saturday night. They're actually going to have their own beer that is going to be available at the bar at the Palladium. So we'll go through all of the shows coming up in music headlines because there's a ton of stuff. There were a bunch of tours that got announced. There's shows that got postponed. I've been telling you guys, we've been talking about it since we started the War Room, right? When things get back to normal, when shows really start getting scheduled, it's going to be insane. Things aren't even back to normal and they're already insane. It's just next year is crazy. Let's see. Sean says he's so excited. I live in a condo, no water bill, says Jonathan. Let me tell you, I lived in a condo by myself for 9 years. And I think back about how cheap I lived in that townhouse. And it is amazing to me, like how much money I would have if I never moved out of that condo. The thing is, though, is that I ended up getting voted on the condo board. And that was like the biggest mistake of my life because it made my existence a nightmare. And I found out what total assholes my neighbors were. And then I couldn't wait to get out of there. So if you live in a condo, I hope that your condo board is on the ball. And I hope that you don't get voted onto it because it sucks. Brianna says, thanks for coming back. He's been new for 2 months. He's still the FNG. Look, you guys have been around for 162 episodes. He's been around for 8. In the grand scheme of things, he's still an FNG. And that's fine. I just got Rockville tickets for May in Daytona. Christine, we're going to talk about Rockville because the lineup got announced. It's unbelievable. Let's see. I'm going to a concert in Newport Beach. I'm friends with Krista Lewis and Christian Singer. I mean, there's just so many amazing shows that are coming around. I'm really excited about it. Scott says, I miss AAF. A lot of people have been tweeting me AAF stuff that they've been finding. The Survive This CDs. They've been finding cool old AAF shirts. I love it when people find that kind of stuff and then tweet Mike Shue and I with the pictures because, we miss it too, guys. Trust me. Everyone has to start out as an FNG, says Donna. Exactly. Exactly. So, what else did I want to tell you guys before we get going? Wherever you're watching the War Room from, of course, over the weekend, and by now you've seen the footage of the tornadoes. It's just insane. The devastation. The holidays are always those times where there's so many nonprofits, so many organizations that are trying to raise money. And you really find out how many people are so much worse off than you are, right? Like here I am talking about the washer and dryer and not being able to do laundry for 5 weeks. There's people that just got hit by a tornado that literally the slab their house was built on is the only reason you would even know they lived there. So my priorities are very much in check, right? And you around the holidays really start, if you're aware enough how lucky you are, even if you don't have everything you want, even if you don't get to see the people you want to see, even if you don't have the big family or the giant tree, like whatever it is, I just feel like it's also a time to realize and be grateful for what you do have. And these tornadoes, I mean, I just can't even imagine. I have seen people on TikTok talking about what they found. This one woman, I saw her TikTok video last night. She found her parents like a mile and a half away or something. Obviously, they had passed. And it's like, how do you even, like when you're looking for loved ones, never mind, photographs, but you're actually looking for the people in the photographs. It's just the most horrifying thing in the world. I bring it up because one of the advertisers from 100 FM The Pike, which is one of the stations that I'm on, All Phase Glass and Maintenance in South Grafton, is collecting stuff until Thursday night at the end of the day. And they're putting it all on a semi and they are sending it down to help with the tornado victims. And I wanted to make sure that I put the word out there. All of this information is a blog post at mistresscarrie.com. So you don't have to write this stuff down. It's right on the website. But they're looking for things like water, blankets, generators, non-perishable foods, first aid supplies. They're looking for cold weather clothing. They're looking for toilet paper, shampoos, deodorants, hygiene supplies. They also said, nobody's asking for this, but Christmas gifts, because I mean, imagine you're a kid, right? So not only is your entire life devastated, but you're waiting for Santa and now you don't have a tree, you don't have a chimney for him to come down. So All Phase Glass is collecting all of this stuff. And if you go to my blog at mistresscarrie.com, there's an email address if you have questions. Their address is there. You can stop by with some stuff. And then they're packing it all up in a truck and they're driving it down there and delivering it in person. And we talked about it on the air last week that GoFundMe said that Massachusetts was the most generous state when it came to donations on GoFundMe this year. And the top 10 states, 6 of them were New England states. And so I feel like sometimes we take a lot of shit being New Englanders, being Bostonians, and especially in this incredibly polarizing political climate. I just love seeing people just want to do what they can to help. And so I put all of that information up in the blog at mistresscarrie.com so that if you are so inclined, if you have some things laying around, some, coats that aren't brand new but are still in really good shape. I think every person that grows up in a cold weather place like New England, you get new coats because you can, but you may not throw jackets out, and you just kind of have those coats in the closet that you're like, oh, this is a nice coat, but I don't wear it anymore and I don't want to throw it out because it's good. If you have anything like that, that's the kind of stuff that they're looking for. These people have nothing. And it is shocking to me when you see the devastation. And I've seen documentaries about communities and what it's taken for them to come back after one of these devastating tornadoes. And it takes years. And it also has the ability to devastate a town because some people just can't come back. And so you lose this generational, this generational history because of these tornadoes. I saw one of these documentaries and people were like, well, why didn't you just go stay with family? And the woman was like, my whole family lived in this town. And every single person in my family just lost their house because we all lived within, however far away. And so we were all in the path of the tornado and none of us have a place to go. And I feel like a lot of the small towns, it doesn't matter where you live, what state you live in. If you grow up in a small town and your family is there, if your town gets devastated, your family gets devastated. And then you get separated and people can't work, businesses get destroyed, people's jobs are lost. So even if you didn't lose your house, you still have a mortgage payment, but the place where you've been going to work every day for 12 years doesn't exist anymore. It's just, my heart goes out to these people so much because a tornado is one of those things that comes and goes in like 30 minutes. And then the sun comes back out. And you woke up in a nightmare. I mean, it's so scary. Brianna says, did you hear about the nursing home that was destroyed, but all the patients were fine? The stories, there was one where like the whole front of the house was ripped off, but the Christmas tree in the living room that was exposed and all the presents underneath it were untouched. And like all the ornaments were still on the tree, but the tornado ripped the front of the house off. Like it's unbelievable. Annette, how do you come back when it's all destroyed? It takes years. I don't know. I mean, at that point, you just have to hope that you had good insurance and you had some savings and maybe you've got family across town that wasn't affected and you have a place to stay. But after everything we've all been through over the last 2 years with COVID and the layoffs and the hospitalizations and the sadness and the deaths and all of that, we're getting into that time of year now where Mother Nature is also once again going to remind us how small we are. And if it's not the tornadoes, it's the blizzards or hurricanes or mudslides or fires. I mean, it's just... So I wanted to put that information up there to let you know that you've still got a couple days. If you live anywhere near there, if you have anything that you can donate. I just thought it was wonderful that a local business wanted to do what they could. They got a semi, they're filling it up with supplies. And all I could think about was what an amazing country we live in, that if a semi or 2 or 3 or 4 is leaving every state and on their way with aid, and all of these amazing veterans organizations that have all of these veterans that volunteer and just go straight into these communities that get destroyed by hurricane, tornado, fire, whatever, and go in there and help rebuild. Like that old Mr. Rogers saying still holds true, that always look for the helpers. And so while this time of year can bring a lot of sadness when you find out about all of the people that have such need, we also need to make sure that we're not dwelling in that, because there's so many amazing people that are giving of themselves, donating money, resources, time, supplies. There is a lot of good out there too. And I think we could all use reminders from every now and again that that people are doing their part. And if you're not doing that bad, that, you know, this is a really good time to kind of share what you can, because there's a lot of people that are really hurting. And I feel so much for the kids that, you know, have been dealing with school and masks and sickness, and maybe they lost a grandparent to COVID and now their house is gone and it's Christmas. And it just, Burrito says, the messed up part is when you go to bed and you're home, you have a tornado and you wake up and a bunch of people around you sing the bitch is dead. Oh, you're making jokes, which we need to, by the way. Let's see. The Tide trucks that pull in with the laundry machines just so people can clean their clothes. You know what? Like, that seems like such a frivolous thing, right? But it's not. I mean, me being able to get new laundry machines and being able to do laundry again, like, and all I had to do was go to the laundromat, but it's not free, right? So if you're not working and you've only got so many clothes and you're spending all your days digging through rubbish and rubble, and to have a place that you can go and do your laundry, like, it is the little things. And it made me really smile to know that there were local businesses and especially advertisers of one of the radio stations that I'm on that is doing their part. I wanted to call your attention to it. It's up in the blog at mistresscarrie.com. Okay, let's talk about last week's podcast episode. Last week's podcast episode, episode 79, featuring the one and only Nita Strauss, who has a new solo album coming out after the new year. If you listen to the episode, you know I tried like hell to get her to tell me when the record's coming out and who else is on the record, and she wouldn't tell me because she knows I'll tell you, and I can't keep a secret. But the first single, Dead Inside, features the one and only David Draymond from Disturbed. She told me the whole story about how the song came to be, how they were able to work it out through COVID, how they were able to film the video. I had not met Nita before, but it was so cool to get to know her. Everybody that knows her, that knows me, said that when I got to talk to her that I would love her. And I love her tenacity. I love her attitude. I loved when she was talking about growing up in LA, but growing up, 2 kids of a single mom who was a teacher at a private school. So they got to go to the private school and they were surrounded by rich kids that were getting BMWs for their 16th birthday. And it goes back to what we were just talking about with the tornadoes. Like, she grew up not having a lot. And so she always had that mentality that, well, you may have more than me, but you'll never work harder than me. You'll never perform better than me. And that is really, when her and I were having that conversation about growing up and about the work ethic we both have, I feel like her and I in some ways are cut from the same cloth, that you just don't take no for an answer. And you realize that if you're going to try and succeed in this industry, that you're going to have to outwork everybody and you're going to have to kick ass and take names, and that you're not going to be able to just get by. And I loved listening to her talk because she knows, growing up, you know, a woman in LA, and she talked about how every amazing guitar player from every city around the country is going to go to LA to try and make it, and that's where she's from. And so she's constantly getting challenged with these amazing musicians, and it makes her raise her game. And so I felt a lot of kindred spirit coming from her, and she is so talented. Alice Cooper has had her as his touring guitar player for years now, and they just announced another leg of the tour. I believe he's got a date coming up at, I think it's Mohegan in March, I believe. It's up on the concert page at mistresscarrie.com. But I just thought she was so cool. What's up, Penny? No worries on being late. Eric says, my ride's almost here. If anyone would like a friend, please press the add friend button. Thank you. He says, that's really nice. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to each other. That's really nice. So if you haven't checked out episode 79 of the Mistress Carrie podcast yet, Nita Strauss is definitely somebody, definitely an episode that, if you're learning how to play guitar, if you have a daughter that's interested in like learning how to play guitar, like, she just seems like she's this amazing role model. She's got so much going on. She's got a fitness challenge that she does. She is the first Ibanez signature guitar player that's female, meaning there is an Ibanez guitar that was made for her, and she's the first female that ever had Ibanez make a signature series. And I think that's amazing. And so, you know, share this episode with people that you think, you know, might benefit from it or get inspiration from it or whatever. But I just thought she was so friggin' cool. And, you know, it doesn't hurt that she's an amazing guitar player too. And that song with David Draymond is awesome. She talked about how some of her favorite vocalists are on this record, and that it's about half lyric songs and then half instrumentals, because after all, she is a guitar player. So there's a little bit of both on this record, which I can't wait to hear, by the way. We don't even know what it's called, and she wouldn't tell me, bitch. But she's awesome. Let's see. So that was episode 79. And so now it's time to tell you who's going to be on episode 80. And when I was uploading the episode, I realized episode 80 means the podcast has been out for 80 weeks, because it comes out every Wednesday. And I have not missed a week of full-length episodes. There's more than 80 episodes because there's bonus episodes. And by the way, there's some bonus episodes coming up in the next couple weeks. Just a little hint. Never mind the full-length episodes I have scheduled, but there's bonus episodes coming too. But it just floored me that this week it's episode 80, that the podcast is 80 weeks old. And as we talk about 162 episodes of The War Room, 80 episodes of the podcast, I think we're at like 311 or 312 sit reps. And I only do the sit rep 5 days a week. So it blows my mind that we are talking about numbers so high, considering we were right here in the War Room on episode 1. And we were right here in the War Room when I announced who was on episode 1 of the podcast. And we were right here in the War Room when I told you that we were expanding the podcast and starting the sit rep. And now I'm just looking at these numbers and I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy. So super excited. So what's funny about episode 80 is that it's somebody that's already been on the podcast. Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Dead Man came on the podcast first on episode 34. Last weekend, Theory of a Dead Man was at the Palladium in Worcester. And normally I would go backstage and do the interview in person. But some of the band was affected by COVID and they had to postpone some shows, and they were in a pretty serious COVID bubble, and I couldn't do that. So the day of the show, Tyler and I got on Zoom and talked to each other through Zoom because we couldn't sit in the room together. And so we got caught up talking about everything that we talked about a year ago, about the doomsday prepping and all of that stuff, talking about the tour, talking about the work on the new record. He gave me the whole timeline that there's new Theory of a Dead Man music coming in 2022. And he's just one of those people that I could have him on the podcast every week and we would find things to talk about because we just have always gotten along that way. And I was so psyched to have him back on the podcast for episode 80, but I was really bummed that I couldn't record it in person. So Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Dead Man is my guest on episode 80. And we came up with some pretty good ideas. I can't give too much stuff away, but you're going to laugh when you hear the things he's been doing to bide his time through COVID, especially when they got quarantined in a hotel room while they were on tour. The thing that he did for his mom during the lockdown, which is hilarious. And we came up with a couple really interesting ideas. We'll talk about those next week in the recap on the podcast and in the War Room. So episode 80 of the Mistress Carrie podcast, sponsored by Digital Federal Credit Union. You can find them at dcu.org, and the new episode goes live at midnight tonight. So let me know what you guys think about it. Let's see. All right. So if you subscribe and follow the Mistress Carrie podcast, don't forget that you also get the sit rep every Monday through Friday. It's 5 minutes. It uploads in the middle of the night. And you get all your rock news, music headlines, entertainment updates, but you get it in 5 minutes. So it's really quick, easy. And I try to go over a lot of the big music stories every week here in the War Room, but there's always stuff going on. And guys, trust me, 2022 is only getting crazier. And so the sit rep is going to be a great way to remind you what tickets are on sale, what shows are getting announced, the albums that are coming out, the books that are coming out, all of the new merchandise and stuff that bands are releasing, whether it be alcohol, Funko Pops, whatever it is. There's a lot of that stuff. Also talking about movies, television shows, a lot of lifestyle and entertainment stuff. And it's sponsored by TS to T. And if you live loose, if you have a tea lover in your life for the holidays, you can get 15% off of everything that you buy by using the code Carrie15. So there you go. So make sure you're checking out the sit rep as well. And this is all the places and then some that you can listen to the Mistress Carrie podcast. So just a few of the places. You can always go straight to mistresscarrie.com and you can just click the player on whatever episode you want to listen to. And they're all right there. Or you can subscribe or follow wherever it is that you want. Is it freezing? Just curious. I'm trying to see. I don't want to cut the Wi-Fi off because I don't want it to shut the show down, but because I have a hardwired connection, I just realized that the Wi-Fi was what hooked up. So let's see. I ordered some Tiesta tea from my sister-in-law, says Donna. That's awesome. They sent me that big pack that I showed you guys in mail call, like a month ago or so, and the tea's almost gone. It's really good. So pretty excited. Let's see. There's a new Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop. I've been talking about that in the sit rep for sure. Use code Carrie15 to get tea bags, says Burrito. Actually, it's bag free. You get tea, no bag. But you can buy bags, so you can make your own tea bags. But the thing about this tea is that it's loose. So I have this teacup that has a lid that you put on it that has a screen in it. And so you just put loose tea in it, and then it has a cover, and you steep it right in there. It's really cool. And then it just comes apart. The thing turns into a coaster. It's awesome. Michael says you're not freezing here. Okay, good. Thanks for letting me know, guys. So yeah, subscribe to the Mistress Carrie podcast, follow, whatever. This is just some of the places. We're holding strong at 130 countries. And once again, Australia is number 2. Canada's number 3. Germany is number 4 when it comes to listening nations around the world. So we want to thank everybody that's been checking out the Mistress Carrie podcast worldwide. 130 countries and going strong. All right, we got a ton of stuff to talk about with music. The Mark Lanigan book, Devil in a Coma, about his COVID battle came out today. So if you're looking for a rock star autobiography or book, that's out there. Want to remind you about the Beth Hart concert, a tribute to Led Zeppelin. She's coming on February 25th, but she's doing a nationwide tour. And if there is a singer that has found a way to channel Robert Plant and Janis Joplin, I mean, Beth Hart's voice is just unbelievable. Dream Theater is going to be at the Wang on February 25th. Alice Cooper, yeah, I knew it was Mohegan or Foxwoods. I couldn't remember when we were talking about Nita Strauss. Alice Cooper at Foxwoods on March 18th. All of those tickets are available, and the events calendar at mistresscarrie.com has all the details. Now, just announced, Shinedown is taking the Pretty Reckless and Diamante out, and they are coming to Mohegan. And the show is April 16th, and the tour goes on sale on Friday. So get the details on the website. Korn announced today that they are bringing Chevelle and Code Orange to the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island on March 16th, and the SNHU Arena in Manchester on March 19th. Pre-sale for the tickets are happening now, and tickets go on sale Friday for those as well. Those shows are also on the events calendar. Also today, Primus announced they are extending their Tribute to Kings tour that was at the Pavilion in Boston over the summer that Mike Shue raved about. So they just extended that tour. There's no more local dates scheduled for New England, but if you did not get a chance to see that tour and you're not in New England, go and see it. Theory of a Dead Man released another leg of their tour, and the lineup to Welcome to Rockville got announced. So look at this lineup. I'll make this bigger so you guys can check this out. Speaking of Shinedown, so the headliners are Kiss, Korn, Guns N' Roses, and the Foo Fighters. That we knew. But look at the bands. This tour, or this show, I should say, it's 4 days. at the Daytona International Speedway coming up in May. The lineup is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It's basically every band. They should just write that on the poster. Every band. Sorry if it's hard to read, but this is the only graphic I could find. But it's insane. The artists that are playing it. It's out of control. Papa Roach also announced a tour, by the way. They're going to be taking Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves out, and they're playing a bunch of shows too. And it's just, I'm telling you, we're going to be busy next year. Ask for concert tickets for Christmas. Buy concert tickets for Christmas. Take my advice. You're going to be happy you did. Trust me, next year's going to be crazy. More upcoming shows. Genesis is going to be at the TD Garden in Boston tomorrow. Evanescence and Hailstorm, that was supposed to happen on Saturday at the DCU Center, has been postponed. Multiple members of the Evanescence camp tested positive and are having mild symptoms of COVID. Amy Lee came out and made a public statement saying that everyone on that tour, all the bands, all the crew members were all vaccinated. And they're crediting that with having this outbreak of COVID, even though they've taken every precaution, that it's not making it worse. And it got to the point where there was no way for them to do these shows. So the last 5 dates of the tour, which were supposed to happen this week, have been postponed to January. But the DCU show is postponed to January 20th. The details are up on the events calendar at mistresscarrie.com. I posted it early when the story broke, and somebody on Facebook was like, how do you know it's Ticketmaster? That's not what it says on the Ticketmaster website. And I was like, because I'm more on the ball than everybody else. So it's already updated on the website, everything you need to know. And Saturday night, you guys were talking about this in the comments earlier. Shadows Falls reunion show is happening at the Palladium, completely sold out. Good luck getting tickets. But they also have their beer, and they're going to be serving it at the bar at the Palladium, which is very cool. Joe Walsh's Vets Aid live stream, which is going to feature Ringo Starr and a bunch of other friends. Like when you're Joe Walsh, you're like, yeah, I've got some friends stopping by. They're fucking Beatles, Joe. That live stream is happening on Saturday night as well. And speaking of live streams, if you're not able, obviously you're not going to be able to see Hailstorm before the holidays. They're doing a Happy Hail a Day live stream coming up next week on the 23rd. And all the links for those live streams are on the events calendar as well. I want to remind you about the big music festival Super Bowl weekend in LA with Green Day, Halsey, Machine Gun Kelly, Miley Cyrus, and they're playing the Crypto.com Arena in LA. It's still the Staples Center until Christmas Day, but they've already started taking all the signage down, which is really weird because it's been the Staples Center since it was built. But it's going to be called the Crypto.com Arena, and they're already making the switch over with the signage, and it's crazy. Reels is continuing with their series on Frontman. So they already had Ozzy and Bruce Dickinson on, I believe Steven Tyler's episode is coming up this Saturday night at 8 p.m. on Reels. They're also going to feature David Lee Roth this month as well. Weird Al is coming to town. There's 7 New England shows, including back-to-back shows in Medford at the Chevalier Theater. Chrissy Hind has her live stream coming up the day after Christmas, where she's going to be doing a bunch of Dylan covers. Also want to remind you about Judas Priest and those rescheduled shows. I don't know if there's still tickets available yet, but the Mohegan show is April 2nd. The Songus show is April 4th. And Richie Faulkner is recovering more and more every day. And it's pretty remarkable. I mean, we were talking about the tornado victims. Richie Faulkner almost died live on stage in front of a sold-out crowd of fans and finished the show. He was in the middle of the guitar solo of the encore Painkiller and survived. Got to the hospital, 10 and a half hours of open heart surgery, and he's with his family for the holidays. And planning to go back out on the road next year. It's just unbelievable. So those Judas Priest dates are rescheduled. Don't forget the Bruce Dickinson spoken word tour at the Schubert. That's February 5th. Volbeat and Ghost will be at the DCU Center on February 11th. That tour is going to be massive. Dropkick Murphys have their tour, and of course, they're going to be in Boston at the House of Blues on St. Patrick's Day. They're also going to be there on the 18th and 19th. And being one of the first bands to christen this new club in Brighton called Roadrunner on March 20th, Royal Blood is going to be at the House of Blues on May 24th. I bring up a lot of these because all of these artists have been on the podcast, you know, the guys from Volbeat, the guys from Royal Blood. Kenny Casey was here in the War Room with us. So it's really exciting for me to look back at all these 80 episodes of the podcast and realize how many of these artists we've already talked to and how many more of them are coming, because there's some kick-ass episodes coming up in the next few weeks. Also, Falling in Reverse is going to be at the Songus on January 21st. Turnstile, another artist that's going to be at the Palladium on May 21st. They were on the podcast as well. Gene Simmons announced that the Kiss Museum is going to open in March of 2022 at Rio in Vegas. And Triumph announced that they are opening their vault with a new website called triumphvault.com. Def Leppard's got their vault. Metallica's got their black box. Aerosmith signed that new deal, and they have the Vindaloo vaults. Kiss is making it an actual brick and mortar museum. Triumph is open. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I am loving all of the vaults that these bands are starting to share now, because you've got, I know how it was with me at AAF, right? I have all the stuff. Shirts and gold records and memorabilia. I can't imagine what it would be like to have a musical career like Metallica or Triumph or Kiss, Def Leppard, and have all the stuff, stage props, stage clothes, instruments, flyers, posters, stuff people have thrown on stage that you save. And you're like, what the fuck do we do with all of this? I mean, go back and listen to the Elvira episode, because her and I talked about that too. Like, what do you do with all this stuff? And so to have these bands now finding a way that all the fans can share in it, I think is really cool. Waiting to hear what the first concert at Polar Park is going to be. I agree. Can't believe we are talking about March, April shows. Where's the year gone? I don't know, Melissa. It's crazy. We're not just talking about March, April shows. Like, Iron Maiden went on sale last Friday. That show's not till October of next year. I don't know where the year went. I mean, how many episodes of The War Room did we do this year? Go back and watch them. I guess that's a recap. As a matter of fact, I wanted to talk to you guys about this. So I'm trying to remember who I was talking to. I was talking to some people at Smith & Myers, the holiday show last week for the Pike. And we were just talking about how good it was to be back at a show again. Brent Smith wasn't feeling great, so I didn't get to spend a lot of time with the guys, but I got to see him backstage for a hot minute and was really careful. And I knew that Brent wasn't feeling well, but he's like, it's not COVID. And then the next day, it came out that he had a sinus infection and strep throat, and they postponed some shows. But we were talking about just all the craziness that's happened. And the War Room came up in conversation. And I was like, it's so weird to me that the War Room is this capsule. It's this recording and documentation of what we've all gone through together, right? The first 80 days of the lockdown, we were in the War Room every day. Now we've done 82 weeks in a row in the War Room after that. And so we've created this weird time capsule and archive of this really weird time. And I think that's so cool, you know, that the YouTube channel has them all chronicled, that MistressCarrie.com has all the episodes chronicled. And I don't know, it just, it struck me as so weird, because I don't think about that kind of stuff, right? That all these podcast episodes, all these interviews are going to be this record of these musicians and how they coped with the pandemic, and the stories behind the making of music that 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, people are going to be like, oh, that got made, that album got written during the COVID lockdown. And we've created this archive of all of this stuff. I just think it's really cool. So it is surreal, Penny. That's a perfect word. So I just think whenever I get a little sad or weirded out or overwhelmed or whatever, I always like go on the website or, just look at the podcast and realize like all the ground that we've made together, all the things that we've done. And I'm like, holy shit, we've been through so much together. And it's just, I don't know. I don't mean to get all like huggy feely on you guys, but it's pretty unbelievable. All right, I want to remind you guys about the WAF Big Gig coming up at the end of April, featuring Godsmack, 3 Days Grace, Black Veil Brides, Wage War, and Lilith Czar. If you still have your Big Gig tickets, they're going to be obviously welcome the night of the show. But if you don't have tickets yet, you can check the link on the events calendar at mistresscarrie.com. Because it's the holidays, I also want to remind you guys about all the Mistress Carrie deals. We were already talking about the TS to T Mistress Carrie deal where you get 15% off of everything you buy. All of these deals are in the blog at mistresscarrie.com. There's links, there's all of that stuff. But if you use the code Carrie15, you get 15% off everything you buy. You also can get a free month of tomes. You want to go and sign up for their 7-day trial. It's free. And then there's an email in my blog, and you send them an email and you say, I signed up for your 7-day trial. I want my Mistress Carrie deal. And they will upgrade your free trial to an entire month for free. And if you don't know what tomes is, you want to go and listen to the tomes episode of the Mistress Carrie podcast, because it's a little hard to explain. But if you're looking to sleep better, if you're looking to feel better, you may want to try sound healing, and you can do it with tomes, and you can try it for a month for free because you guys are awesome. And also Spartan Brews Coffee is giving you 20% off of everything. I have a friend that owns a vacation rental, and he offers coffee to all of his guests. And he serves exclusively Spartan Brews coffee, and stocked up because he got 20% off of everything because of the discount code. And I thought that was really cool. So take advantage of the discount codes. They're all up in the blog at mistresscarrie.com. So use them, give gifts. I mean, if you're really stuck with the way that money is and expenses are right now, if I'm going to give someone a gift, I want it to be something that I know they're going to love, that I know they're going to use. Mike Shue has a lot of strict, gifts that you can eat or drink, which I think is great too. Because, I mean, who doesn't love getting good booze, amazing wine, food, gift certificates to local restaurants is great. Anything like that, just as long as you know that the people are going to use it. I don't like wasting money on frivolous things. And so that's why, get somebody that loves coffee, a bunch of different coffees or tea, or I don't know. I just think this is the way to go. All right. Let's get to the mail call, shall we? So like I said, everybody at the post office said hi. Danielle, I got your card here. The little snowman. Mistress Carrie and Wednesday, I hope you and your family have a wonderful Christmas and a new year. Oh, thank you, Danielle. You're an amazing person and woman. Keep kicking ass and rising to the top. Where are my devil horn t-shirts? I know, Danielle, I'm so sorry. So I talked to T-shirt Brian about the tank tops and some shirts. And the most common sizes, the larges, the extra larges, they've been really hard to get, which is why I haven't been able to order a bunch of stuff yet. The card says, may the excitement and the joy of the season bring a special warmth to your heart. Love, Danielle and Nick. So thank you guys so much. I love Christmas cards. I have a whole thing I told you guys last week set up in the house so people can see the Christmas cards when they come in the house. As a matter of fact, the guys that delivered the appliances today complimented the Christmas cards, which I thought was really sweet. Love this. Excuse me. I'm getting stared at. Merry Christmas, Carrie and hubby and Wednesday. Hope your holiday season is a home run from Cheryl. Cheryl, these cards are awesome. How cool are those? And it says on the back This card, this is a card that let me try that again. This is a card that cares. 100% of the proceeds benefit the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and the Jimmy Fund. That is really cool. Did you know that it's time for the mail call and you came in here because you think you're going to get presents? Guys, this is your fault. You have spoiled her to the point where she leaves and then comes back because she thinks there's presents waiting for her. This is your fault. I love this idea for charity Christmas cards. I think it's so cool. As much as I love Christmas cards that people make with family photos on them and stuff, I think if you're going to send a Christmas card, like I keep the Christmas cards with my friends, like pictures of their kids and stuff. And sometimes I'll cut the pictures out and like save them or put them in frames or whatever. But if you're not going to have like photo cards or whatever, like this kind of card, this is really cool. I love that. Okay. I got a big package. That didn't come out right. Travis, are you here in the war room? Is he here? Where is he? Guys, check this shit out. Travis is making me look like shit. Look at this. Travis, look at you, dude. With the merch. Hell yeah, dude. If you haven't listened to Travis's Oscar Mike radio podcast, how many episodes are you up to? I was on episode 100 and episode 200. This is really cool, and the material is really nice. And it's got a hood. And there's a green one, too. You know I'm giving the hubs the green one. I'm keeping the black one. Travis, this is awesome. These are really, really nice. That is a Hawk missile that I crewed in the Marine Corps. Well, that's even cooler. He said, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Travis. This means a lot. I love these. And you know what I love? So we've talked about this in the war room when we talked about my hoodies, right? So this one is a pullover. Girls prefer the zip-ups because pullovers screw up our hair and makeup. It sounds ridiculous, but when you have hair as long as mine, it gets all staticky. You smear the makeup. There's lipstick everywhere. It's a mess. So Travis, I'm keeping the black one. I'm going to hook the hubs up with the green one, but I hope that's what you planned. I think it is. You know me well enough to know. Big up to Travis. Brito says, I know, right? Travis, put the link up in the comments if people want to get hooked up with Oscar Mike radio swag. Make sure that they know where they can go to get it. Unless this is a one-off thing and you made them just for me. And if that's the case, sorry. And the packaging came in. Look at this. Very cool. I love that. So thank you and Merry Christmas right back at you. Wednesday, this is the one that you want to see. Yes, I know. You spoiled little shit. Guys, seriously. Hold on. Oh. Got my Elmo sweater on. Oh, it fits perfect, dude. This is awesome. It's hard to do. There's a lot of cables. There's not a lot of room here in the war room. Yeah, this is perfect. I love this. I can't zip it because of the headphones, but yeah, this is awesome. Right, Wednesday? Right? We'll snuggle in it later. All right, I gotta take it off because it's too hot. There's a wood stove here in the war room, and I'm wearing a fucking Elmo sweater. I can't get all sweaty in here. I mean, I could, but. And it came with a sticker, which I will stick in MCHQ. All right. Then I got this box here, which is why Wednesday just came back in. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Watch her face. Ah. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing. Wednesday. Hey, back up. I'll take the tag off if you back up. I can't take the tab off. It's a... Hey, do you want this? Move over. Back up. Do you want this? Oh, wait, where's this? Oh, I have scissors in here. Hold on. Let me take the tag off. Can you wait? There you go. This is for you. She plays with every toy you guys have ever bought her. Every single one. I've never had a dog that played with this many toys, that found so much joy in playing with this many toys. Never in my life. And she's got Zero now hunting through the baskets. Don't step on Travis's sweatshirt. I'm putting it over here. That's Daddy's. Is this for you? She's got Zero digging through the baskets now, too, to like select the exact toys that they want. It's insane. All right. There is a purple, sparkly foot in here. Do you hear the squeaking? Hey, over here. This is yours right here. Here you go. Is this the big foot or the little foot? I need to know. That's hilarious. I don't know where you got these, but these are unbelievable. I had to take some stuff out of the box because the card is buried. This bag is not crinkly dog toy crinkle. This is bag crinkle. Guys, look at this. Air Force. Navy. Army. Marine Corps ducks. Where do you guys find these things? I can feel my husband's eyes rolling right now, wherever he is in the world, because there's a Marine duck. Where? Hey, get down off the table. Do you see her? You know why you can only see her butt? Because she's underneath the... Oh my God, please put your face in that camera. Guys, get ready for an extreme close-up. Wednesday. What are you doing? It's like she knows her mark. Where do you find these things? Oh my God, they're amazing. Okay, hold on. Let me get the card. I can find out who's responsible for this. Congratulations. It's a Bones Day. They have merch. Oh my God. Carrie, Wednesday, and family, here are some goodies for you and treats for Wednesday and friends. Wishing you continued success in 2022. Merry Christmas, Jen. Oh my God. They have merch. It's a Bones Day. Wednesday, is it a Bones Day? Was today a Bones Day? This is Guys, how much do you love that? I love it. Oh my God. All right. These are chicken nugget handcrafted dog chews, which she is going to love. Although she does get a little gassy when she eats poultry, but I'll let it slide. It's a little late to dick or treat, but there's skulls and boners in here. You know I'm going to open it. It has to be done. So they're little individual packs of skulls and boners for dick-or-treating. Why did we not think about calling it dick-or-treating around Halloween? Why have I never said dick-or-treat ever before? Wednesday thinks she's getting a dick. She's not getting a dick. I'm not even going to look at her. I can't make eye contact. Hey, these are dicks. You can't have these. These are from the perverted people on the internet that send you toys. They send your mother dicks. They send you chicken nuggets, and they send me banana-flavored penis candies. I was right, it's banana-flavored. Hey, these are not for you. Those are not for you. Do you want one of these? You want to try one of these chicken things? It means you're going to fart like a howitzer later, but she looks small, guys, but she can move some air. All right, I'm going to put this over here. You only get one. Move back. Look up here. Say thank you. No, get down. Sit. Down. Don't poof me. Here you go. See if she likes it. She will, because she loves all of her treats. She's going to get pieces of chicken nugget all over the green couch here in the war room. All right. There's one more thing in this box, and it's in styrofoam, so it makes me afraid. Can't believe you got a Bones Day card. It's so cool. Oh, my God. Seriously, you guys. This is really sweet. Did you eat that already? It came with stickers, first of all, so I'm going to put these up in MCHQ. There's this one. And this one. Put those in the sticker pile. Check this out. It really does take a special broad to be able to be married to a Marine. Like, I get it now. Hey, back when I was just friends with Marines before I was married into this whole thing, I was like, yeah, Marines are a little twisted and whatever. But now that I'm surrounded by Marines and their wives, I understand that, yeah, it really does take a certain kind of person. This is so freaking cool. So thank you. Did you just choke? Did you see this mug? Yeah, you don't want the mug. You just want the chicken nuggets. That is really cool. Aren't all dicks banana flavored? Trina wants to know. With pugs, one end moves air better than the other. You can guess which, Brianna. You're not even kidding. Next on the list is to find gummy titties, says Brito. Carrie, being in lockdown, that does it to you. You end up thinking perverted things and then send perverted things in the mail. I'm all about it here, okay? I'm here for it. I'm just saying. Did Shu like his edible vaginas? So here's the deal. I didn't bring the edible vaginas to the holiday party, but we have an all-staff meeting tomorrow morning, and they told me to come in early, and I'm going to jump on the air with Shu in the morning on his show in the studio. I'm bringing the edible vaginas, so you'll find out about it tomorrow. And I'm going to spring him on him while he's on the air because he's not going to be able to talk about edible vaginas on the radio, and then he's just going to look at me and be like, really? They really are delicious, though. Hey, there's no more. No. See, this is why you're spoiled. You got this new toy. Here, play with your new toy. You got fuffies on my couch. Here. May boop you. Boop. Boop. I cut her nails over the weekend. She was not happy. Hey, You can't have my Moscow Mule and you can't have the dicks. I'm sorry. You can't have the dicks. John, have a good night. All right. So there you go. That's what's going on. I got a couple more things I want to remind you guys about. Hey, will you back off? Knock it off, you. Want to remind you guys that while supplies last, because once these are gone, they're gone. The Made in Lockdown 2020 baby onesies are only $8 on the website. And anybody that has a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass gets 20% off of everything in the store, and that includes sale items. So if you are looking for a last minute kind of stocking stuffer funny idea for somebody that had kids through the lockdown, the baby onesies are only $8, and we're shipping pretty quickly, actually, out of the website. So you'll be able to get this stuff before Christmas, no problem. But mistresscarrie.com, almost everything is in stock. There are a couple sizes on some things that ran out, but that's all notated on the website. And there's also t-shirts and coffee mugs and a bunch of other stuff. Hey, she's scratching the bag of dicks. She's trying to get the dicks. Joe's Albums in Worcester and Northampton also has Mistress Carrie merch too. Hold on. I'm going to turn her camera on so you guys can see the shenanigans that she's pulling. She's scratching at the table and it's moving the camera. See the monster you've created. Do you hear her? Shh. I'm trying to finish up the show. I got shit to do. So that's what's going on the... Come here. Come here then. Come here. So that we can talk about the website. So the website stuff is up there and it's in stock. And there's also stuff that you can just go and actually buy at Joe's Albums as well. There's a couple playlists that I created. One was the holiday playlist we talked about last week, which is a bunch of rock holiday music so that you don't have to listen to Mariah Carey 10,000 times through the holiday season. That's up in my blog at mistresscarrie.com. I embedded the playlist. And today I put up a new playlist. I put up the 2020 Rocks playlist, and this playlist is a ton of new music that came out this year. So it goes against the argument that rock is dead. If you miss some of the new releases that came out, this playlist is filled with some new artists, some amazing music that came out from legacy artists. And that's up in the blog as well. So it's the Mistress Carrie 2021 Rocks playlist. And there's a ton of great stuff in there. And I guarantee you're going to find a new favorite song in there because even though this year's gone by really fast, a ton of new music has come out that's been really good. And I mean, I may have missed one or two, but there's a lot of great music on this playlist. So I put it up for you. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. Cheers to you. If today is your birthday, you share it with Cliff Williams from AC/DC. I wanted to do a happy belated birthday to Amy Lee from Evanescence. Yesterday was her birthday. She turned 40 and obviously had a real shit day because they had to postpone a bunch of tour dates. So happy birthday to Cliff Williams from AC/DC, to Amy Lee from Evanescence, to you, obviously. If it's your birthday, happy unbirthday, Keith. And today is also the 29th wedding anniversary for Zakk Wylde and his wife, Barbara Ann. They have been together since the 6th grade. It's like basically just as long as Dimebag and Rita were together. Like, it's crazy that Zakk and Dime ended up like best friends, and they both met the loves of their lives when they were like in elementary school. It's kind of insane. So Zakk and Barbara Ann have been married for 29 years, but they've been together since the 6th grade, which is just, especially in this business. And Zakk put up a really cute tribute to her saying that she has the patience of a saint and that he loves her, and happy anniversary. And yeah, she 100% has the patience of a saint. Wanted to let you know, if you have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, we have an exclusive live stream coming up the day after Christmas, Sunday night, December 26th at 7:30. So we're going to do an exclusive live stream. If you don't have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, you're missing out. It's a lot of exclusive stuff. We do, hey, will you get down off the table? We do a live stream every month. You get exclusive blog posts, pictures. You can submit podcast questions. You can't eat the dick. Guys, hold on. I got to put the pug cam back on. I'm sorry. Oh, now you move. Because you know I was going to, because you know I'm going to catch you with the pug cam being fresh. Fresh dog. Are you done? See, I have to ignore her. She is so bad. That's what she said. Carrie, what did you end up doing with the gummy dick? It's still in MCHQ. I haven't done anything with the gummy dick yet. I'm just going to ignore her now. She is so fresh, Tracy. Seriously. Dick's mom. I want dicks now, says Eric. Wednesday is be good or Santa is watching, Michelle says. Do you guys hear the noises that come out of this dog? It's great question, says Keith. Best internet content ever. Yes, Travis, she has an attitude. I wonder where she gets that from. The belly walk for full effect. Trina, you have no idea. The low crawl, like she's trying to avoid a tripwire. She is skilled. But the whole time, watch her tail, watch her tail. It wiggles the whole time. It's the happiest dog I've ever seen in my life. Even when she's miserable because I won't give her candy banana flavored dicks. Yeah, Christina, you're right. It's the equivalent of a child saying, mom, 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 mom. Yeah, mom, 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 mom. Can I? Look at how she looks at me too. Mom, mom, mom. Can I? Yeah. And her paws are on my leg right now. Her front paws. She knows I'm talking about her. So we have a live stream coming up for the Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass. So it's coming up the day after Christmas. So make sure you put it in your calendar if you got a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass. And I will see you guys the day after Christmas. And a reminder of all the places you can find me on social. All the links are there. They're all linked off mistresscarrie.com. Are we done? Are we done? Are you done crying? Did you want attention? What was it? What was it? Here. This is yours. This is yours. It's crinkly, just like you like it. She just took off. Because she didn't get any more treats. Because she's spoiled. And she was like, okay. And fuck you, Mom. This place is a planet bullshit. Right, Wednesday? Now she's back again. She's going to be a pill for the rest of the night. I don't usually do this, but can I get some prayers for my son's uncle? He's in the hospital with COVID, says Annette. Hell yeah. That's part of the reason what the War Room is here for is love and support. Sometimes you need love and support. She's clawing at the bag of dicks right now. Hey. One more time, I'm turning the pug cam on and then we're going. She's not clawing at the dog treats. She's clawing at the bag of dicks. You guys have created a dick monster. You have done this. I love the head tilts. The head tilts, neither of mine head tilt. Really? She head tilts like crazy. Every pug I've ever had did it. There she is. The most obedient dog on the internet. Wednesday the Goth Pug. Follow her on Instagram where I put up pictures where you can't hear her whining because they're just in pictures. Get! Hey, get! Get down. Yeah, see? Now you just drop stuff on the floor and you know you're bad. Now you know you're bad. Say you're sorry. Wednesday. Say you're sorry to everyone for whining through half the show. Say you're sorry. There you go. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. I got to film a video of this. And where's my phone? Hold on. Where did I put it? Are you afraid now I'm going to videotape you being fresh? From multiple angles in high definition? She wants the dick. I know she is being a slut right now. It's so not appropriate. I have no regrets, mother. Good night, Penny. Good night, Michelle, Brito, Melissa. Good night, guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. Wednesday says good night, even though she's being a brat right now. Don't forget, episode 80 of the Mistress Carrie podcast goes live at midnight tonight, featuring Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Dead Man. And I am going to go and move this bag of dicks so that Wednesday stops crying. Good night, guys.